Hi everyone, Karen here from Holistic Essentials Therapy and Consulting, bringing to you this week's forecast, spiritual insights and guidance for Monday the 17th of December through to Sunday the 23rd of December 2018. Wow, how quickly has this year gone? It's just amazing. I really do feel, and I know I've mentioned this before, that, the energy of life feels to be moving very quickly. Things seem to happen very quickly. And if we look at this from a higher perspective and from a vibrational frequency point of view, it has been registered through scientific measuring that the frequency of the planet has increased significantly since 2012. I know I've mentioned that before. And I mention it again because it's an important thing for us to be aware of, to take note of, because how does that impact us? What does that mean for us? If the planet, if Mother Earth is raising her consciousness, therefore raising her level of awareness, raising the vibrational frequency of the planet, it makes sense then that in order for us to kind of coexist with her, we need to raise our vibrational frequency to match her, to be in alignment with her. And there are so many people on the planet who are awakening through their own personal and spiritual growth at this time, and have been for some time. And it's you beautiful souls that are watching this, that are light workers yourself, or going through your own personal spiritual journey yourself. You are awakening within. You are beginning to remember the essence of who you are, and therefore you yourself are raising your vibrational frequency as well. And if we think about that, if something's a vibrational frequency, to be down here in our human form is quite a dense energy, quite a dense frequency. And as we begin to awaken and arise and raise our vibrations and our level of consciousness, then we are actually vibrating in a much faster, energetic vibration. Our level of awareness is expanding. Our understanding of the universe around us is increasing. Our understanding of where we fit within the world, and even just recognizing the need to reconnect with yourself on a much deeper level, on a soul level. And so many of us are undertaking, whether that's a class or a meditation class or a women's circle, or we are, finally acknowledging that we want to be healers and we're becoming healers, or you're interested in connecting to the angelic realm. There's such a huge movement that's happening at this time. And therefore, because, things are moving faster, time appears to be moving very fast. However, in order to come back to center, in order to not feel overwhelmed by that, it's important for us to experience being in the present moment more frequently. When you are in the present moment, as you bring your attention, so do this with me now, placing your hand on your heart chakra to activate your heart center, and just become aware of the sounds around you that arise to your awareness. Allowing any fragrances to arise to your awareness. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the weight of your body on the chair. And feel the pressure of your hand against your heart center. And then follow the flow of your breath in and out of your nose, feeling the air flow through your nostrils. following the flow of your breath into your chest, feeling the rise and the fall of your chest with each breath that you take. So you follow the flow of your breath into your belly, feeling the expansion and contraction of your belly with each breath that you take. And having the sense of space around your body, feeling the distance, sensing the distance between your body and the walls and your head and the ceiling. And just sensing the energy as it flows through your body. Feel the energy of your feet. Have a sense of where your feet are. Feel where the backs of your thighs make contact with the seat beneath you. And feel where your back rests. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. That present moment, you're actually in the moment. Paying attention to your surroundings, paying attention to your breath, paying attention to the sensations of, we could be sitting at our office desk and working for 8 hours and not pay attention to the fact that we're actually sitting on a chair. It just doesn't come into our awareness. And so even if you're in your workspace, regularly feeling your feet on the floor and feeling the pressure of the weight of your butt and your thighs sitting on your seat. Taking 5 conscious breaths, exactly how we did just then, is enough to bring you into the present moment. And this is how you slow down time. I hope that serves you well. What I thought would be an interesting journal exercise that you could perhaps do this week if you feel so inspired is right at the top of your page, if I only had 1 day left to live, what is the one thing that I would most wish that I had done? If you only had 1 day left on this earth, what is the one thing in your heart that you completely and absolutely wished that you had done, been brave enough to do? Many of us in our lives have these beautiful inspirations of creativity or an idea to write a book, create a deck, start a business, become a healer and set up a room, do readings, to take something that you love into an organization, to support an organization, to really back a cause. There's some soul calling that we all have within us that, so often we ignore through fear. And I know I addressed a visualization in last week's messages on, I took you through a visualization on how you could actually overcome those fears. But I think that this is a great way to identify what area of your life where there is something calling you, some need within you to have accomplished or to do that you haven't yet recognized or you haven't yet acknowledged. And I think if we sit and go, okay, if I had 1 day left to live, what would I most wish that I had done? What would I most regret not doing? And what is my greatest desire? And sometimes that could be as simple as healing a family rift, forgiving an old hurt, a past trauma or a past relationship. And I often think that, if we're not resolving things in this life, regardless of what your beliefs are, I know through my mediumship work and working with spirit that there is an essence of personality, and there is life after death, and there is a continuation of the spirit within us. And I just think that this human life experience for many people can be a very short experience. And we put so much off. Oh, I've got plenty of time to do that. I've got plenty of time to do that. I'll do that later. I'll do that when the kids are grown. I'll do that when the kids are left home. I'll do this when, I've got more experience, or I'll do this when I've had more of an opportunity to grow. And I just think, if not now, when? Because we just continue to put things off. We make excuses as to why it's not the right time. And I used to refer to having 2 children, I used to refer to pregnancy as being nature's way of deluding us into thinking that we have time. Because there's never a right time. We could always make the excuses, and it could be to have a pet, or anything else. I'm just using my own example in my own life. I could have said I didn't have enough money, or I didn't have travel, or I wanted to do this, or I wanted to do that. There were so many excuses that I could have created not to have children. The same for, creating my own business. That was fearful in itself. And I could have come up with all of the excuses in the world. But in the end, it came down to feeling the fear, and doing it anyway, and trusting in a higher power that was supporting me, and trusting that all of the experiences in my life had led me to exactly where I needed to be in that moment in order to have the resources within me to commence that. And I know for sure that the same is true for you. It absolutely is. So let me know how you go with that exercise. As always, I do love to get your feedback. I love to know what your thoughts are. And I love to know whether or not, the visualizations or the exercises are really something that are supporting you and that give you some newer ways to view life, and to perhaps have a higher perspective or a different way to view what's happening in your own life. All right. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Intuition. Yay. Oh, look, we're matching. Love it. The purple for me has always been one of my favorite colors. And I know, and I had an aura photo taken when I was in Glastonbury in 2015. It was just purple everywhere. It was just purple. So, it's flowing through my aura and into my physical manifestations. But for me, it really is about connecting to that higher perspective, connecting to the higher power, connecting to the higher aspect of ourselves, our soul self, our higher self, and really connecting to the messages of the universe and being open to receiving those messages. This is the color of purple. And for myself with the Ascension Reiki, it's very much working with the violet rays of light for healing. Feelings, inner knowing, strong guidance. You are being reminded this week that all of the answers to all of your questions are actually available for you when you connect to your heart space. When you, through journaling is such a powerful way to connect to the intuitive voice of your soul, of your higher self. When you write, you are bypassing really the critical faculties of your mind, so that, you know, that aspect of yourself that might go, this is a load of crap and it's bullshit and it's not going to work. And so when you're actually coming into your heart space and you're writing and just writing everything that comes to mind, all of your questions, all of the answers, all of, even if you're writing, I don't believe that this is going to happen. Even if you're writing all of that, there is movement in that. And in that movement, and in focusing on the writing and looking at the words, because you're actually doing something, you actually bypass that aspect of your mind that would prevent you from being able to hear your own intuition. And in that moment, it's the same concept as coloring in mandalas. It's a form of meditation. And when you're coloring in a mandala, so either way, okay, great, we can use both, thanks Spirit. So you can either write in your journal, and then as you're writing, that fluid motion and that distracting of your mind is allowing for greater information and clarity to come through to you, that so that you can be aware of it on a conscious level. Also, in coloring in a mandala, the action of coloring in is activating the creative side of your brain, and it's actually allowing for higher perspective and higher aspects of yourself to be revealed to you. And I know that I've received some incredible guidance just through the art of coloring in, because I'm being creative. And it's also, I'm doing a physical action, therefore it's bypassing the critical faculties of my mind. Also, you're being reminded that you are receiving intuitive guidances. You are getting those nudges from the universe. You are hearing and seeing signs from your loved ones in spirit. And you are being asked to capture the moment of when you first received that intuition, that inner knowing. Because you'll get a sensation and a feeling through your body. Perhaps it's the hairs standing on end. For me, it is a full body experience, and it starts at the top of my head and it flows right through my whole body, and all of my hairs stand up on end. And because I've attuned myself to that over and over again through doing this work for such a long time, that I no longer go into that immediate need to talk myself out of what's happening. I might ask for further validation. And this is what you can do. So firstly, when you receive that intuitiveness, or you see something that you think, oh, that must be a sign, and then you go, oh no, it's not. It's that first initial reaction that Spirit are wanting you to bring your attention to, because that is in the moment reaction and experience is what is most truthful to you. And then, you go into the talking yourself out of it. So instead of talking yourself out of it, what you can then say is, thank you, universe, thank you, Spirit, for this intuitive sign, this knowledge that you've revealed to me. Give me a clearer sign again, so that I know that I am receiving this correctly. So don't talk yourself out of it, but seek further clarification. Thanks, universe, I think that I've received this information correctly. Please give me another sign to confirm that I have. And then allow yourself to be open to it. So you are receiving strong guidance. It's time to stop talking yourself out of it. And so there are a couple of ways that you can do that. Thursday and Friday, nurturing. Blue lace agate, love that. And of course the first one was the gorgeous, amazing amethyst, which is really a great crystal for helping you to access higher perspective, your higher self in that meditative state. The blue lace agate, time out, nourishment, self-care. So Thursday and Friday, you are being asked to nurture yourself. Run yourself a bubble bath, or a bath with essential oils and light some candles. Do something for yourself that you would not think twice about if you if your friend came to you and they were burnt out and they were drained and they hadn't given themselves any TLC, what is the one thing that you would feel inspired to do for them to ease that for them, to make them feel better? Do it for yourself. You know, you might think, oh, I'll buy them some flowers, or I'll pick flowers from the garden. You might think I'll take them out for a coffee, or I'll go see a movie, or I will just go and sit with them. So whatever it is that you would think, not think twice about doing for another person if they were in need, do that for yourself. This is a time of the year where we do experience traditionally burnout. This is a time of the year also where we can feel energetically overwhelmed because it's very busy. There's a lot of people around. Everyone's frantic in the shopping centres. Please look to the special that I have this month to celebrate my birthday for the free protection meditation that I'm offering. Even without that, you can really center yourself by asking yourself the question, holding your hand on your heart and just breathing into your heart. And I'll always come back to the heart because we want to be living from the heart. So much of the healing that's going on for everyone on the planet at this moment is all to do with unresolved heart issues. And it's your heart that speaks the deepest truth to you, not your mind, your heart. So connecting into your heart and asking, what do I need right now? I need to clear my throat. Excuse me. What is it that I most need right now? What do I need most for my well-being? And if your head says to you, get on a plane and fly to another country and lay by the beach, we know that's not, we know that we can't do that. Or maybe we can, and if you can, great, do it. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. It could just be that you go and sit outside for 10 minutes and be mindful of your surroundings and to feel the warmth, to notice where you are, to smell the air. That is nurturing in itself and in its simplest form. You're being reminded also that your guardian angels are around you, and that if you are needing a pathway paved for you to assist you in being able to give yourself permission to nurture yourself, then say, thank you, my beautiful guardian angels, for creating the space in my life that I need at this time to give myself the nurturing that I know that I need. And so it is. Thank you to my beautiful guardian angels for bringing that to you. Beautiful reminder. New beginnings, Moss Agate. Love this, gorgeous. New birth, emerging fertility. We are at the end of the year. We are, well, we're not quite, we're a week out, but we are very much at the end of the year. And so you are really being asked to review your year. So stay tuned for next week because we will go through an end of year review process. But you're being asked to really release this year. Whether that is doing a new moon ritual or a full moon ritual or your own personal ritual of releasing the year, highlight. So in the energy that's coming through for this, in order for you to move forward to new beginnings, is to just go back over your life and just the things that are feeling icky within your body, the things that you're still having a reaction to. Perhaps things didn't go quite as well as you would have liked, or, you know, perhaps throughout the year there have been people that have moved away from your circle. And so this is an opportunity for you to thank those situations for the learnings that you've received, thank those people for the learnings that you've received, and write them all down, and then light a candle I'm being shown a beautiful bowl of water with petals, flower petals in it. And okay, so writing down on your piece of paper all of the things that you want to release by saying thank you to all of the learnings that you've received. Burning the paper in the flame of the candle, and then dropping that into the ashes of that burnt paper into this beautiful bowl, and some essential oils in there as well. And if you have rose quartz crystals, pop them on the bottom. Cool, just been given a beautiful ritual that I will absolutely be taking and implementing myself. That's so gorgeous. Thank you for providing the space for that energy to come through. And then, yes, and then and sprinkling the ashes of that into this beautiful sacred bowl of healing water. And what that signifies and represents for you is a cleansing, so that you can move into the next year feeling light, with no attachments, with no, energetic links to anything from the previous year. And this is absolutely a time for you to allow your wings to spread, to feel the freedom and the joy of recognizing that you are worthy of doing what matters to you, and that it is a new year. And let's not carry the previous year over with us, because that's incredibly heavy and it drags us down. So starting the year afresh. As always, thank you so much for allowing me to share with you what I am so blessed to receive from the angelic, from my spirit guides, from the universe, and all that I have learned. As always, please be kind and gentle with yourself. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Enjoy, celebrate the coming together of family, the coming together of ritual, and enjoy and be safe. So Merry Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Namaste, blessed be. Thank you. Bye.